What's up YouTube? Upstar95 here. We've got another video today. I haven't posted one in a while. I have decided that my own channel is going to be suspended in production for the time being, and I'm going to do all my work over on my team channel at TeamTorrential, which is the channel you are watching this video on now. So everything I do will now be here, and you can keep up with everything I'm doing just on this channel. Nothing's going on the other one anymore. I might repost all of my card discussions and Karakuri segments over on this channel now. Just repost them to give them some more views, I guess, because I do feel that definitely, if anything, just the Karakuri Kontrol segment is something that I would like to continue, and it needs to be spread. I think that it's something that needs to have a presence here on YouTube. So, haven't seen anybody do it yet. Draco DMD is doing a great job from the looks of his first segment on summarizing a lot of the things you can pull off with Karakuris in a basic sense. I want to expand on that a little bit more. But today I've got I'm trying a new style of deck profile here. This is a deck profile, so I'm going to have everything that's in my deck, side deck, extra deck, posted in the underbar below, and you can check that out, the complete deck list. Here's just some discussion on the cards that I've chosen to run. Obviously, with the release of Extreme Victory, you've got to run 3 Ninishi, even in, I'm not sure how many KMP runs. KMP, we'll talk about that another time, but my thoughts on that are hateful, to say the least. So, 3 Ninishi in our pure build. Because we're running 3 Ninishi and it speeds out the deck, and we're allowed an extra normal summon, I'm going to be kicking this guy up to 3 because his effect only activates when he's normal summoned. I only ran 2 in my other build because he was too slow before. When he was summoned, he would usually, unless it's first turn or their field's open, he'd have to suicide into something because you'd either have to summon him and search out a cache to make sure he switched, or you had to suicide if you had none of those left. That's a problem we'll address later, but for now, since we have our tuner, which is Ninishi, we won't need to worry about him getting run over. You summon, normal summon, +1, sync the Naturia Beast. It's awesome, especially a good first turn play, more so than just summoning him on his own. Because we're running 3 of those guys, we need more stuff to search out. We've got 3 cache here to make sure that we get the monsters we need to our hand, even if we don't have the merchant to get this to our hand, or the monsters themselves. So instead of always searching out this to get a monster to make sure he doesn't die anymore, we can make this a card that's viable to draw. Now it's not a top deck, obviously, no cards in hand, no cards in field. You're screwed if you top deck this. It's not a Rota, okay? It sucks, but you know what? It's good to draw if you do have some sort of field presence, even if it is a defense position monster. So we've kicked that up to 3 to make sure that we get our other monsters to our hand, make sure that our anatomies go off with their counters. And now that we're running 3 Nishi, what are we going to do with other tuners? We've got the other tuner, the Strategist, who's worked wonders before, obviously, getting counters on anatomy, switching the battle positions of monsters, beating over Flameville Ancient Deity, whatever the hell, I don't know what it's called, Flameville Deity? Ancient Flameville Deity? I don't know. So, we're running 2 Strategists now. I had to look at that because it's just in the back of my mind. This guy is still an amazing card. He's almost splashable. You know what? I'm working on an Earth Swap deck that it's turning out pretty well. It's in the style of Chaos Swap, more focusing on the creature swap and the toolbox aspect of Giant Rat rather than everything else. So here we've got 2 of these guys who we might be trying out in that deck. He's still good because we can still use this card, Instant Fusion. We're still using this. This card it was originally used to get the second monster on the field that would allow you to set off your Synchro Summon spam, but right now it's still awesome just to have, even though we can get off our second summon. So this, instead of the second, it can become the third, the fourth, the fifth, and it can just keep going. When you draw it and you have a level 3 tuner on the field, this is Bureido. There you go. Another thing Strategist is good for, obviously, is when you get Bureido out, you do summon him and switch him and draw as many cards as you get Bureidos in the field, which, does help. So, we were considering running 3 quick, and we did for a while. I'm speaking in, like, the third person or something. second person? This is my Latin education kicking in. That's second person, I think. Okay, no. It's first person plural. So we've got 3 Kuick here. We're not going to use 3 of them anymore. I've decided, I've tested with it quite a bit, but 3 Kuick is amazing in this deck, because, you know, if it's the only other monster you have in your hand besides Ninishi, you have to normal summon him and get your Burei off. But, you know, that way you're not fearful of losing a Kuick, but we have ways to get around that, and we can still use 3, so there goes 1. We just use 2 now. Like before. Here's a guy that I have 2 of. I've had multiples of him. This is Saizan, and when he's flipped face up, either by being attacked or flipping him face up regularly, you send a monster on your opponent's side of the field to the graveyard. This is good to get over, obviously, stuff that, you know, can't be destroyed, maybe Stardust, you just send a Stardust, send a Shooting Star. Do all these awesome things that, you know, usually doesn't work with other cards that destroy. He's also not considered a flip effect. I'm not quite sure the ruling on that. I'll have to look it up. But he's not. There's no big capital letters flip in front of his name. So he's dodges a lot of you know, flip hate. But when he's flip face up, also that turn he's flip face up, assuming you're using it aggressively and flipping it on your turn, he can attack your opponent directly. He is a pretty nice 1200 attack. It's decent to attack directly with if they've got a monster in the field. I actually took him out. Because, as you will see later, I did not have enough room. I'm running 42 cards right now. It's pretty much my limit, and it's 2 cards too many for a lot of people. So, I've really tried to squeeze it down, but there's some things I just need in the deck, and I've had to sacrifice a few other things to make sure that I have my protection there, first and foremost. Running 2 Pot of Avarice, again, this is also for Draw Engine, but it's too good. I was running 2 before when the deck was a lot slower, but now that we have Ninishi, it just goes so fast. Drawing this first turn isn't so bad anymore. You can always get it off in 2 or 3 turns, and it gives you the +2. If not, it's something to set. You don't have to worry about losing it, and you can use your other one. 2/7 tools. I've been running this in my other build, but this is just awesome because it protects me from so many things. When I first thought up this second build, I was like, okay, you know what, 7 tools. I actually forgot it. I didn't put it in my build. So, I lost so many games, and I was like, why am I losing? Oh, I don't have 7 tools. Because this card stops a lot of things. So you should run those to make sure that you're not getting your plays stopped, and you can effectively destroy your opponent. Running 2 Effect Dealer. This is what I took out the Kuick and the Saizan for. This is something that I've wanted to try for a while. We finally got on. I mean, we've had them lying around, so I just found them. They weren't going to binder. I was like, nobody's using these? Oh, I'll use them. So we grabbed these. I haven't actually playtested with them yet, but from the looks of it, these will be things I'll be siding out for at least 2 cards from my side deck. So it's something that I can side out because siding is something I need to practice with. Moving on to cards I've chosen for the side deck, these are just a few of them. Showdown Castle is going in the side deck now. I just had a segment, or my last video wasn't really just had a segment, about how good this card is. It's amazing, but you know what? There wasn't enough room for it in the main deck, and it isn't necessary to winning the game. It can help with it, and there will be many decks that I side this in against just because it's so effective against big beaters with low defense, getting Blackrose, stuff like that. So, you know, there won't be those awesome plays anymore where I can Blackrose myself and then get a guy on the field attack for game, but they're in the side deck, and there's actually only 2 in the side deck. As you can see, 1 is not sleeved. We will not be using that one, and see how careful I am with that one. It's a rare. Ooh, Kuick can just go die because he's a common. So, you're just running 2 in the side deck right now because that's really all we need. Penguin Soldier. I'm running Penguin Soldier in my side deck now. I found one. Tamulin took 2 of mine, so we got another one, and we'll just be running 1 in the side deck. 2 is a little overkill in my opinion anyway. I don't have enough to side out for that, but, you know, side in almost every game because it sends stuff back to the hand or back to the extra deck. It's just too good. I'm running 2 Gigantus in my side deck. Okay, so Gravekeepers aren't a big deal at my locals because there were a few people who ran them and then just killed the deck there because they weren't very good, and people were like, well, this deck sucks, why do I run this? So nobody really runs Gravekeepers. There are a few people who are good who run Gravekeepers, but not too big of a deal. So my deck usually does well against them, so we've got, you know, 2 Gigantus in place of the 2 Noblemans in my side deck. This card I'm going to be trying out because even against Gravekeepers it's still pretty decent. It destroys all spell and trap cards on the field when it's destroyed by battle. And it's also an extra summon that I can get off just by removing an Earth monster from play from my graveyard. Excuse me, so I'm going to give it a try and see how it works out. And literally 30 seconds ago I just threw it in my side deck. I was like, what can I put in? Well, I found these and we'll see how it works. That's my deck update, guys. Once again, you can check out the description box below to see the full deck list with side deck and extra deck. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and Upstart out.